Hello everyone and welcome to Zelda Speedruns. Today we have another Zelda 2 Randomizer Saturn Tournament 2021 match, Group B, between Nightshifter and Ellendar. I'm Star, and with me on comms is Animus. How are you doing?
Hey, great. Looking forward to this matchup tonight. We got Nightshifter and Ellendar both going to be a really exciting matchup that we got tonight. It'll be interesting to see, where the glove's located. Are we going to get an early glove? Are we going to have fun island Death Mountain again? You just never know with the randomizer.
Yeah, you never know. Alright, they'll be starting out shortly. But yeah, Ellendar here is a veteran of Z2R. Nightshifter is one of our newcomers this year, coming from the Super Mario Brothers 3 randomizer community. We have never featured them on Restream. He's only participated in a couple Z2R races ever, so let's see how this goes.
Yeah, absolutely. With come on, Zero Ring saying, come on, Caldera. That's one of the many different biomes we could see in their map today. The only thing we don't have is just plain vanilla or vanilla shuffled. Otherwise, we just have all sorts of random map generation.
Yeah, P3 or 6 by southeast of Star, and maybe about a messy looking map. I'm not sure what this is yet, but that looks messy.
Yeah, it certainly is. Sorry, I'm having to reload here to
Estimated time to beat the randomizer? Well, for standard flags, Ellendar is a pretty good runner. I could expect him to sub 130, most seeds 145 if it's really bad. Even if he absolutely brain farts, I think he can sub 2 about everything. I have never seen Nightshifter race, so I have no idea what he can and can't do. We'll find out.
Yeah, most of these seeds, if you're able to route them, are probably somewhere between the 1 hour to 2 hour mark. Just depends on if you get a really, really bad setup, it could be closer to the 2 hour mark, but most of the time you're probably looking, between an hour and 90 minutes.
Yeah, hour is a ridiculous jet seed, 90 minutes, the upper end for a runner like Ellendar. I genuinely have no idea what Nightshifter's capabilities are, so we'll find out. Rebag is the second item here in the west on Stonehenge.
Yep. Yeah, it's always a great item to go for because you can just get it right there and not have to go all the way across the cave.
Yep. This continues to look like a very bizarre map.
Yeah, it looks like everything's kind of right here, though. Like, I don't see many bodies of water so far, so that's good. This might be a mountainous one?
It's not mountainous enough. Too much open land for a mountainous biome. I'm not sure. It looks probably vanilla, like just a really wackily laid out one. Like, there's a lot of bays on the coast, which is making my sense of direction a little screwy. It already sucks that this map's not helping it any.
Yeah, you're right. It probably is vanilla shuffled.
Vanilla-like, not vanilla shuffled.
Or vanilla-like.
Vanilla shuffled is when the connectors and whatnot are shuffled, but the overall structure is the same. Like, there's not even any landmarks on this map for me to get an idea of where they're going.
Yeah, no, it's just
super open-ended.
Which is, again, good if it's just all right here, because, again, if you're on islands or something like that, it's going to take you a lot longer to progress through certain bridges that the game will want you to go through.
Yeah, that Hammerblock Cave here, I think is somewhere in the northwest-ish area of the continent. Heart Container for Nightshifter is a nice find early on.
Yeah, definitely, that was more west there. And this will be an item for Ellendar as well.
Nightshifter up-baying again. Boots! Nice find.
Something you really love to see early on.
Yeah, especially if we find a islands or canyon biome, it'll be nice. Nightshifter finding an immediate key block in P whatever palace this is.
Yeah, P3 or P6. Didn't get to see any windows there yet, so not entirely sure what that is.
Yeah, we won't know until we see windows where the boss of that palace. Actually, no, those boots are kind of in the middle of the west, because there's further stuff up north, because, oh my goodness, no landmarks really screws with my terrible sense of direction. This is definitely the far northwest, though, because we are here in Rauru, and I can see the edge of the map now.
Didn't look like Ellendar checked to see what spell this is, so I guess we won't know until picks it up.
Doesn't much matter since... Oh, there's GP. I think that's the southeastern corner.
Yep.
I think that's pretty far east as far as, you know, things.
Yeah, that's a really good placement because, you know, that's one of those spots where you're just going to be able to update quickly to get back to GP, so that'll be pretty nice for runners.
Yeah. But yeah, I think our starting palace is in... Actually, no, that's the middle of the southern coast, because our starting palace is kind of in the middle of the coast. It's kind of in the middle. It's not like on the far eastern side and not super far west either. It's a little hard to tell with no obvious landmarks.
Yeah, absolutely.
Who won the horse attorney? React, actually. I eat flowers. You can check out the VOD on Twitch for the next day or two, and it'll go on YouTube in a couple days. You're alright, Night Legend. Ooh, bridge. And Mito has... Oh, well, we already know where they already have the thunder, medicine, so that's easy enough.
Yep, so, yeah, I got medicine, so that's real nice to be able to go in here and get that. Probably want Jumper Fairy by now, just so you wouldn't have to go back, but...
Yeah. Ooh, Reflect is in Rudo, that's a bit of an ouch. Kind of up here in the middle of the north, I think it looks like. Or just kind of out in the middle of nowhere, I'm not quite sure where Ellendar is. Deathman holds the flute.
Could be a good item, or that could be a dud. Depends on whether 3-Eye Rock is necessary.
Rebo rides with a trophy, so that could be available once we find any key or fairy, since we've already seen one of 3 or 6, not far from start.
Don't think we've seen Saria, have we?
It's right here.
Sorry.
Speaking of.
Yeah, so if this is Jumper Fairy, that'd be pretty nice. Dash, okay.
Yeah, that, in this case, is not what you want. It can be nice with some things, but it isn't quite fairy or jump, but it is good to have.
Yeah, definitely, especially right now when you're overworld exploring, it'll be nice to just go through some caves pretty quickly.
Yep, and yeah, let's jump in Rauru. True. Right, I'm scattering. Wonder where the last palace is here in the west. It's so open-ended, I have no idea where anything is, and I have lost track of what might be available for our final palace. Because we've seen P3 or 6, we've seen GP, and I don't think we've located our last palace. I could be wrong.
Yeah, I haven't seen a third palace either.
Nope, trophy cave for Ellendar.
I'm also curious as to whether or not that the hammer is blocking, or the rock is blocking a connector cave. And ooh, that's the glove. That's really nice for Ellendar.
That is a good find. It's almost always required. It always sucks when the glove is the last thing you find in the game. Which seems to be happening a lot lately. Also,
yeah.
Saria, hard boots or fairy/dash. That's on the main entrance is on the other side of the lake, so that's fun to get to unless you've tracked down those boots, which Nightshifter hasn't found yet.
Yeah, actually the boots are in that cave that the Nightshifter's right next to, so if Nightshifter is able to get in there, it's gonna help him a lot.
Oh yeah. But I'm not sure we've quite seen the southeastern corner of the map yet, so the final palace might be there. This whole map layout just looks really bizarre, I'll be honest. There's this random forest here.
I'm kind of surprised we haven't seen a connector yet.
I think there was a bridge near Mito, and yeah, there's a bridge near Mito.
Okay.
Ellendar hasn't gotten there yet, and Nightshifter chose to go elsewhere, so... At least I think there was a bridge. It was kind of on the edge of the screen, so it's a little hard to tell. I think that... where is Ellendar currently going? Oh, here's an item cave.
And Nightshifter's going to pick up Jump as well, so... I'm sure Nightshifter's going to go back and pick up Downstab after this.
Yep, I think this should be a hard container for Ellendar, because I think he's near where Mito ended up. I could be wrong, but I think I'm in the... That's where he is on this map.
Yeah. Yep, hard container. Definitely something you like to see early on, especially with lower levels, although really both of our runners have been able to get some good levels early on, so it's not like we're looking at a 1-1-2 situation or anything. I mean, 2-3-4 is really good for just exploration-wise.
Yeah, Nightshifter's at 3-2-3, also pretty good.
Yeah, attack 3, that's going to be real nice. Yeah, getting some good P-back drops here early on.
Yeah, Ellendar I think just got a 200 one not too long ago, but yeah, this is Mito here.
Doesn't look like so far we've seen any key drops though, so there might not be any key drops in the item pool, which could make a difference early on.
Yeah, it could. Go west to find the boots. Great hint, game. Great hint.
My favorite's when you go to the east and the hint is for an item that you've already picked up in the west 30 minutes ago.
Right. Nightshifter not getting the hint for the trophy unusually. I would have gone and picked it up. Because you want to know where that is, since since Reflect is required, I would have read that hint. Rather confused why Nightshifter didn't read the hint, I'll be honest.
Yeah, Nightshifter might not be as acclimated with the hint system as far
as... That's possible. But a little unfortunate, though. A little unfortunate, so not getting the trophy hint. Might end up stumbling across the item, the trophy in P3 on the way to Rebanek anyway, or just might dig it for the item, depending on what the situation is when he gets there.
Yeah, no runners like to skip hints when it's a non-required item. I sometimes like to just look at the hint in general, just, you know, even if it is a spell I don't need, it's just, you know, that's a palace I can avoid if I'm looking for a specific item.
And there's our final palace, kind of out by itself. This nice, kind of cherry red P2 there in the southeastern corner of the map.
I think Ellendar found the connector to east and has now found a connector to Maze Island, because that was a bridge, right?
Yeah, it was a bridge to the east and the cave to Death Mountain. The other of P3 or 6. But yeah, there's just that's almost like a literal island there in the southeastern corner of the continent. It doesn't look quite like an island's biome, but there are parts of it that remind me of an island's biome.
Yeah, you're definitely not going to get far in this east without boots. Oh, this is still west, okay.
Yeah, but yeah, that maze, this east-west looks vaguely island-like. It's not an actual island, but it looks kind of similar to one in some ways. There's a lot of water on this maze island, for instance. And no, that's actually a bridge to Death Mountain. Whips. It's a bridge to Death Mountain and a cave and a cave to Maze Island is what it is.
Okay. Yeah, it is kind of unfortunate that you know, you a lot of times when you see this type of Death Mountain, you're looking for the bridge on the top to bottom, and since you're already coming in on the bridge, now you're just having to gamble in on these caves at Death Mountain, so that makes this really unfortunate.
Yeah, at minimum, it's a canyon Death Mountain with boots, so you can access a lot of caves pretty quickly.
Yeah, certainly so. It's just gonna be a pain if it's not right out here in the open, and we're actually gonna have to kind of dig into this a little bit and guess where it is.
Yeah, if it's on one of the coasts, if it's on the shore, it's easy enough, but once you start heading inland, you start to have fun. Okay, that cave that Ellendar just looked at looks lead to a separate section of caves there in the corner. There also just might not be a connector. Maze Island could be our only other connector to the east.
It'd be interesting if the rock was blocking connector in west.
It's possible, yeah.
And you'd have to get the hammer to get it.
Yeah. Ellendar is trying and completely failing to find Hammer Cave. There it is. Southeastern part of the map. And poor Nightshifter still doesn't have the boots, because he walked right past that cave earlier. I'm not sure. He is newer to Z2R, so I wonder if he thought it was a passer cave instead. It's not sure why, but it's rather unfortunate.
Nightshifter does find a Spectacle Rock Cave as well, so...
You mean Hammer Cave?
Yeah.
Yeah, so that means palaces 1, 4, and 5 are all in the east today while I'm looking at the thing.
It looks like it's just a heart container.
I mean, you'll take that. That does mean, though, that the flute is in the Spectacle Rock, which is not so good news.
No, definitely not. Did Ellendar pick up both items in Maze Island?
No, I don't know if he got either of them. I think he saw Maze Island and left, I think is what he did. This is one that looks like it's a lot friendlier with boots. Oh, there's one item.
Yeah, definitely.
Now, we know boots are hard required today because the southeastern corner of the west appears to be hard boots blocked. Yeah, just kind of standalone island out there. I don't think there was a passer cave. Oh! Both items in Maze Island are just in the southeastern corner. Sure, game, sure.
And we got a magic container and a 500-point beatback, so still not a lot of answers to how to get to east.
No, Ellendar not bothering to dig for connectors. I might have at this point, because it's that or go dig Death Mountain for connectors.
Yeah.
As we've seen, I think, just about all the items in the west. Yeah, we've seen 5 items in the west that I wrote down, and the 6th might be that hammer-blocked cave. I have not been keeping track. Yeah, Ellendar in his personal tracker notes that he's still missing 1 item cave.
Yeah, it might be the one that is hammer blocked.
Yeah.
Nightshifter has picked up downstab, so that'll be very helpful.
Yep. Yeah, we are missing, because we've seen all the items in the west. We've seen Death Mountain and Maze Island's item. Oh, we've seen one of Death Mountain's item, and we know the other is a flute that they currently can't get that hammer. And yeah, I think this is gonna be Maze Island. Ellendar's going back over this ways, okay. Like, this is a vanilla-like map, but it almost reminds me in a lot of ways of islands, with how much water there is everywhere. It's not quite true islands, but it feels kind of like one.
Yeah, it definitely is really confusing with all those different bodies of water that is separating everything.
Mm-hmm. It's super open too, so like landmarks don't help very much. I have a terrible sense of direction, so I like landmarks. Unfortunately, they don't quite. There's not a lot of them in this one.
It could be one of those situations too, and I've had this happen to me, where there's just one thing that you're missing that's just completely obvious, and that's our answer to how to get to East. No, you just missed so far, and maybe that's
It
what
is
Ellendar's thinking here.
possible, because this is a pretty confusing west, and there might be like a random cave someplace Ellendar hasn't managed to find yet. It's a bit disorienting, I'll say that much, but I don't think so. I think we've seen pretty much the whole thing, and I think Ellendar has realized that he's seen the whole map now.
I don't think we saw much of west of Maze Island, so there might have been another connector there.
Maze Island probably has another connector, I would expect. It's that, or we need to go start taking Death Mountain for a pass-through cave somewhere in here.
Yeah.
Because we've seen everything on the coast, so it's not that. Unfortunately, getting inland is going to be a bit annoying with the canyons going on.
Yeah, it definitely is. With the caves have a logic to them where you can see where they're leading to, so that's a nice helpful system for runners to logically find out which Death Mountain cave doesn't seem to logically fit. But sometimes that's not always the most accurate thing to rely on.
Yeah, especially with this, especially because you can't necessarily see every cave in an area from the coast, from the river, you know.
Yeah, absolutely.
Like you have to go inland to see all the caves in the area. Okay, that's a dead end. Time to head back out of this particular section of the map. But I suspect strongly there's a second connector somewhere in Maze Island. Zelda found both items in the southeastern corner and just kind of left.
Yeah, this is, if the connector is in this Death Mountain, then this is absolutely a horrifying start to have.
Yeah, boots, by the way, finally for Nightshifter is good, since those are hard required in this seed, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, definitely. That's real awesome. Glad that Nightshifter went back to find it.
Yep. Alright, this is pretty sure this just leads upwards. Yep. You can see a dead end just north of here, so I suspect there's a solid chance Ellendar gets dead ended here with this connector.
Look like there might have been a way out here.
Maybe. Nope, oh yeah, maybe. But that doesn't help because he was here already because it's accessible from the coast.
Yeah.
Alright, this pass-through should take him to Spectacle Rock, but I don't think there's anything else this one does for him. We'll see.
Yeah.
And
Nightshifter's found Maze Island.
Yeah, and that confirms, yeah, this island here has just yeah. Why do I not take notes at all? This is P2.
Nightshifter's just gonna go in. I don't know
I
if
guess
Nightshifter has any keys.
Yeah.
Of course, there can be keys just lying around in palaces.
Yeah, a little curious about this play. Ellendar is back in the west, I think. I was looking over at Nightshifter's screen and lost track of where Ellendar is. Oh no, he's in the east. I didn't quite catch where this is. Or how he got here, but he took a connector cave, I assume, from Death Mountain, and now he's here.
That's gonna be a really big advantage for Ellendar here, to have gone through all that Death Mountain and to be able to find that connector to East. Very nice play.
Yep. Park container, okay.
It was next to the bridge. Okay, thanks, Sparkles.
Oh, lol, so he just walked past it. Thanks. Nice. That happens, though.
Yeah, exactly. It's so easy to do, to overthink it. A heart container for Ellendar, that's nice. Not exactly, I'm sure, Ellendar's looking for at this point, but we'll always take that.
finding Helmet Head, but doesn't actually have a way to place the gem at the moment. So I guess it's gonna go look for the item instead, which we haven't seen a hint for them in P2. Oh, Three-Eyed Rock for Ellendar here in what looks to be the northwest of the part of the east.
I mean, there are item rooms that don't have keys, but I think it's going to be pretty hard to bank on that here as well.
Yeah, he might be saving his key for that. Here it is.
And it's a 1-up.
Oh, that ain't it. Shield and Naburu. Ellendar thinking about it for a moment, deciding, yes, I do actually want to pick that up.
Yeah, I can't blame Nightshifter for that type of move, though, to think outside the box here. You know, if P2 ended up having, you know, a really good item, like, you know, maybe the child was required, had the fairy, or if it had the all key, then that'd have been a really nice play for Nightshifter, just unfortunately.
Use the key on it? Yeah.
Unfortunately, it's just a 1-up.
Yeah. Shield for Ellendar. Helmet Head sick.
Ellendar has found Shield.
Yep. Just a peep. If he bag drop off the boss, unfortunately does not have a key, so that's an up A. Oh, and we're just kind of in the middle of the east here, actually, sorry.
There is Three-Eyed Rock, I see.
Yeah, we just saw that.
Yeah.
Yeah, it looks like the east is split north-south today, ish. Actually, this is a funky-looking east. It looks like a wacky island biome, almost? Huh. Not quite sure what this is yet.
It's an interesting cave right there. It looks like it goes to the Valley of Death right there, and it's completely open to enter into.
Yes it is. That's a really wacky looking one. Water tile here.
It's the hammer.
The hammer.
Nice. The glove was in a western cave. I don't remember which western cave, but it was in one of them.
Yeah, I don't remember either offhand.
Oh, it was Trophy Cave. That's right.
Okay. Oh, that was P1. I for some reason thought it was P3 in Maze Island. Oops. Can't read.
This is a locked door room, but you can't use jumps, so.
Yeah, Nightshifter did get it. Not sure where it is, so you might have to walk past the cave yet, I'll be honest. I think it was a little bit annoying to get to. Ellendar is up in this is definitely the northeastern corner, and that's P5.
Nightshifter picked up Boots late, so Ellendar had a lot more time to explore the caves in the west.
Yeah.
I believe it might have been. Oh, there is a Maze Island connector, or sorry, a raft connector to Maze Island there, it looks like.
Yep.
But see no raft.
Oh, and there's the other side of the raft tile, up here on the north.
And the desert tile is a pea bag. So the hammer might be required. Well, if you want upstab, it definitely is. Child is just blocking the spell.
Probably not required. Well, actually, it definitely can't be required since we know we have the items that we need. Unless the flute's in the spell tower and there's a palace underneath that three-eyed rock.
Yeah, it shouldn't be required.
Yeah. Upstab for Ellendar.
And if even upstab's not required, it's just something that's just nice to have that you really want, especially with the community rooms you'll see in GP. So that's a nice pickup for Ellendar.
Yep.
Nightshifter's also found east and has found one of the Peabag Caves.
Yeah, life in Old Kasuto means that Fairy is in New Kasuto here up in the northeast. Or northwest, sorry. And it's the other item cave here. Nice magic jar.
So that's 6 magic containers now for Ellendar, so that'll definitely feel a lot better entering into palaces.
Yeah, and with that, this palace here being visible, yeah, Red Rock is not a palace, so will not be required. Hi, P4.
Yep, so that's good. We'll have to go back into Death Mountain for the flute.
Yep. Yeah, we found quite a few trash. We found all 3 of the junk items in the item pool. We found 2 pea bags and a 1-up, since there's 3 in the pool with a since they started with a candle. And then so that means that there's probably the remaining magic jars and heart containers are likely in the palaces.
Yeah, I agree, Homer. Being able to get as many magic jars as you can get is just extremely helpful, especially in a seat like this where it looks like you might be required to ferry a lot.
Actually, concerning question though is New Kasuto might be underneath that spell there, the three-eyed rock. We haven't seen it yet.
That is true, yeah, because Three-Eye Rock can block towns as well, so...
Yeah, Fairy is in New Kasuto, correct? Process of elimination. The issue is, where is New Kasuto is our bigger problem.
I don't think we've seen another town, we've just seen Three-Eyed Rock, but I'm not sure. I guess Ellendar has been down here.
Well, there's the connector right there is up to the, connector that cave just above our Ellendar is the connector to Maze Island, so yeah, I don't think he's quite thoroughly explored the south. No, Old Kasuto was the far northwest. Homer. New Kasuto's not. Ellendar's made his way further east here. There's a big old lake. Do not see a town here yet.
Seeing anything.
Yeah, there's kind of nothing here.
It's a whole bunch of grass.
This isn't grass, that's a forest, but yes.
Oh. Yeah, Nightshifter has found the hammer as well, so... Nightshifter will be able to get upstep as well.
There's
Oh,
some.
there's
I think that's New Kasuto here in the far southwest. That's really far out. That's really far out of the way. Jeez.
So now we know for sure flute's not required.
Yep. 7 jars.
I probably won't see what that is then.
Yeah, I expect we will not see that at all. Yeah, because we know the only item we could potentially need is the raft, is the trophy at this point. Well, we know we need the trophy. We know that's in P3, so they're fine on that. Yeah, the southernmost part of the east is just completely useless except for New Kasuto, which is actually kind of annoying to get to when it's out in the middle of nowhere like that. This is either 3 or 6 here. Speaking of, this could be the raft. This could be. If this is P3, that's a trophy. Because Nightshifter got immediately key locked out earlier as Ellendar finds the same key block. I cannot tell if Fairy costs 32 or 33. It looks to be right about half his magic bar, but I can't quite tell exactly how much that is.
It would be 48 if that took away half.
Oh, 48, sorry, I can't count, but yeah, half. So I can't quite tell if it's slightly more than half or slightly less than half, though, is the thing.
So yeah, that's going to be able to do Fairy twice, but yeah, it's definitely an expensive Fairy right now.
I think that you can do it twice, but it's a little hard to tell because twice versus being just slightly less, because I can't know that's 40 or 49. The pixels are not the most obvious.
P6?
Yep. So, which means P3 is P6. So P3 is in the Valley of Death, flared. Because we've seen all the other palaces in the east.
Yeah, it's going to make routing a little bit annoying to have to get that to go back to P4.
Yeah. Because P4 is at least P4 because you have to go east, get to the Valley of Death, clear P3, get the trophy, go back west to turn in the trophy, then go back east for P4. And hey Slama, raiding of the party of 2, welcome in, thanks for the raid.
Barba on attack forward can definitely be tanky. Oh! Very cool trick by Ellendar there. Did not know you could jump dash that.
Yeah.
In the Saria as well, that's also something you can do to get across the bridge, is to use the jump and dash spell as opposed to using Fairy or trying to find Magoo.
Alright, here's Palace 1. I think this is P2, sorry, mixed up the two. They're both reddish today. P2 for Ellendar.
Remembered it wasn't that far away. Yeah. There's Helmet Head.
Yep.
Ellendar is certainly rolling along right after finding Fairy, so... And yeah, Ellendar's going to go into P1 now. P1 is the shortest of the palaces in how it's generated, so... Usually you'll find Horsehead pretty quickly. It's also a palace where a lot of runners, including myself, just, yeah, especially if it's early on, just like to go for the item just because you know it's going to be close. At this point, Ellendar might just be in go mode, though.
He is, because he knows where his trophy is, he knows where all of his palaces and towns are, he knows how to get everywhere, yeah.
Looks like this P1 has a lot of loops in it. So that elevator is pretty long. That was just a big loop there. Well, no, it wasn't. I believe that's an item room, if I'm not mistaken.
Might be. In any case, Ellendar doesn't need the item, so turning right around.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm thinking Ellendar is just saying, I'm good with magic containers and heart containers. Just ready to find Horsehead.
And that is an actual dead end for Ellendar on the left there.
Yeah, Clem, I'd probably consider, like, if I see the item room right there, like, I'd probably just consider getting it. Like, I wouldn't go out of my way to find it, but, yeah, if I see it, like, I'll always take an extra magic container or heart container, you know, especially the any key, because you never know if GP's gonna have one of those wacky community rooms. That can glove key lock you.
Yeah, it's another dead. Yeah, that's a dead end for Ellendar. Another one of those. So, not gonna do that. So this is an unusually maze-like P1 today.
Yeah, it must be. Because this has just been a bunch of loops.
And I don't remember if the item room that we saw was one of the pass-through item rooms, because that could end up being a thing.
That was the room I thought was the item room, but it was just a pass-through room.
Okay, so yeah, this looks to be the way to go then. And there we are.
Yeah, so the item room's after Horsehead then.
Yeah, it looks like it. Probably right past it because it's not a
Very short, it was just a little bit confusing with all the different loops it had.
So P1 is done. Sorry, P1's done for Ellendar. Gonna head on out. And gonna head on over to the east now.
Wouldn't be surprised if Ellendar just goes straight to the Valley of Death to pick up trophy.
Yeah, I would go to Valley of Death, pick up trophy, go back to the east, You go back to the west, get reflected, and hike back to the east for P4 and P5. And then hike back, and then update back to the west to go do GP. Yeah, if there is a case where the one room that can show up in GP, a community room that requires you to have both glove and a key to get through, because you can't use fairy due to the glove block placement, that could be a bit of an issue. And he does have upstab.
And yeah, Ellendar went straight to P3 like we expected, and it's good that trophy's in P3 and not in like P5. Because usually the item room's not too far out of the way from the boss.
We'll see. Well, P3 has the boss as the first thing, so we could be here for a bit. Also, this is an obnoxiously bright shade of purple.
Yeah. Not exactly the most pleasant color today.
Yeah, the palettes have been exceptionally colorful today. P6 is a nice dark shade of greenish blue, but the rest have been really bright for the most part. Nightshifter taking a death there, picked up a 1-up someplace, so still has 3 lives left. Ellendar going to place the gem and then go look for the item in here.
Yeah, it might take a little bit longer to find the items since, well, there's a key, so that's nice. Since we saw immediate Robo.
Yeah.
I believe there's a magic container that Ellendar picked up in the east that Nightshifter hasn't gotten yet. So only able to afford it once right now.
Yeah.
Oh, there's a fairy locked room. Not really something you want to see. There have been fairy a lot. I believe there can't be a room that can't be a drop, so I'm curious if there's a drop room anywhere. Or at least that you can land in.
There's Barba for Nightshifter. Gonna go back down looking for an item, the item maybe, I think. Yeah, still missing the glove, still missing... Well, wouldn't mind the Yeti key. Yeah. And Ellendar upping in P3 to go back looking for the item.
And it's right at the beginning.
Of course, just go left and you find it.
Now that that's done, it's gonna be pretty easy to route the rest of the way for Ellendar. Just pick up the spell and get the other two palaces done in the east, and update back to GP on the west.
So Ellendar is currently hiking all the way back to Rudo. This ain't it. You need to go further east, and then is going to hike all the way back to the east, and go beat up Palace 4, which is in the far northwest, and Palace 5, which is in the far northeast, according to my notes, and then go back for GP, which isn't too far from start at least, so that's not a very long hike.
No, definitely not.
Palaces 4 and 5, on the other hand, are going to be a bit of a hike to get all the way back up to the north. There's Reflect. So that's formal go mode for Ellendar.
Shifter has picked up the cross from P6.
Okay.
And yes, the glove was in Trophy Cave. I believe it was somewhere where boots were required, and Nightshifter didn't have boots at the time.
Yeah. Nightshifter also is. I'm not sure where he's currently going because he saw Barba earlier. He should be going back there, and I don't think this is the way back there. Could be wrong. And this should be a pretty good time for Ellendar.
Yeah, at least Nightshifter got a red jar there. That'll be nice to be able to get through some more doors with Fairy. And yeah, Barbara's just to the left here, so... and up an elevator, so he's pretty close.
Okay. Alright, this should be it. P4. Ellendar? I am unsure why he's going to go beat P5 and then go beat P4?
Maybe check in this hammer. Okay.
Oh, getting upstab, I guess. I mean, P5's also up here. I'm just confused how he purposely left.
I thought you already got upstab.
That's what I thought too, on the other hand. Maybe he forgot. In any case, back to P4.
Nightshifter's taking on Barber on attack 3, so that'll make Barber pretty bulky. Still haven't been able to get a life bar off of Barber up to this point.
Yep. Nope, fairy or glove block there in this room for Ellendar. Fun, oh so lovely variant of the vanilla room.
Yeah, it's a really creative room.
Yeah, it's a pretty interesting one. And here's Skyrock, pretty quick to find. Yeah, Bar was being really tough on for poor Nightshifter on attack 3, unfortunately. Went back to the start. I think it's gonna grind for a couple levels here off the Iron Knuckle.
He knows where Barbara is, so that's a good thing.
Yeah, I honestly I get this play.
Let's get a key.
Apparently not.
Let's get a key, so that's nice.
Yeah, but up base though, because didn't get enough experience, doesn't look like it's worth it. And yeah, Nightshifter does not know the jumping method of attacking Iron Knuckles, it seems.
So it looks like we're looking at 5, 6, 7 for Ellendar.
Looks like it.
And there's P5.
Yep. Let's see how long this takes, because P5 is one of the longest palaces, so if Gooma's not early, you could be in here for a good couple minutes looking for a Gooma.
It definitely can be. So far, it doesn't look like a Jet P5, and that's a dead end.
Yep. Nightshifter's back at Barba.
Well, that's 2 keys for Ellendar, so might be good for GP. And this is a drop room, so
Ellendar is going to have to up A to get back. Does up A reset your keys? I'm having a brain fart.
No, it does not. You keep all keys.
Yeah, okay, that's what I figured, but then my brain decided to be stupid for a change for once anyway. And that is the dead end variant of this room, because for some reason, so the vanilla variant of this room, which is the one Ellendar just found, is a true dead end, but there's also a community room variant that's not a dead end. And Ellendar double checking to make sure it wasn't the community room variant. Oh right, there's a drop here.
Yeah, I was thinking that'd be what Ellendar would do.
Yeah, last plans, okay. Yeah, that's what I figured, but sometimes my brain decides to be stupid. Alright, yeah, this P5's a longer one, it looks like, for Ellendar.
And there's a lot of similar rooms too, it looks like, so... Well, no, this is a different room. Never mind.
Oh, that's a garden. I'm not sure which garden yet, because there's a couple different... The vanilla one's a dead end, but there's also community rooms that are not, but nah, that's one of the dead end gardens. Back out he goes.
Yeah, it could just end up being to the left at start, but since you're already here, I definitely want to just go ahead and check the left side of this drop room.
Yeah, DH this is not the closest of races, unfortunately. And Nightshifter didn't find the boots. Nightshifter took longer to find boots. Hasn't found the glove yet, which isn't helping. And no, it's not really a great way of putting this, but yeah. Nightshifter is a newer runner and is still learning the game versus Ellendar, who's a seasoned veteran, and yeah, you can kind of see the difference. And Nightshifter has been doing pretty well with how the seed's been going. Just this has not been the kindest necessarily of seeds.
This is an elevator room, so could be Guma.
Yep.
But it's not.
Nope.
Yeah, I think Ellendar wanted that 1-up, but unfortunately the 1-up took a item bath, or lava bath.
Yep.
I think this is a dead end.
I think so. Yep, it's a dead end. This E5 is taking a while.
Yeah, the way this is turning out, it literally could just be to the left at start.
It really could at this rate.
That would be an unfortunate thing for Ellendar.
Yep, also let's do some shoutouts. Shoutouts to our tier runners, Nightshifter and Ellendar, to my co-commentator Animus, and to our tracker Royale with Cheese. Your Twitch is the same as your Discord name, right?
Oh yeah.
Alright, I will add your info to the sheet so your Twitch gets properly shouted out. And then, well, since this is your... Yeah, I guess you hadn't gotten added to the sheet before.
Well, it was not directly to the left and up an elevator, but still going right here, so it could be pretty close by. Ooh, that's a dead end. Wow, this P5 is not very friendly.
Not in the slightest, no.
So yeah, I think Ellendar, when he went left from the drop room, there was another way to go left, and I think that's the only way Ellendar hasn't been.
P5 sucks, yeah.
Yeah, I can't think of many times where P5 isn't the worst of the regular palaces. There's just something about P5 where you're just tend to be trying to find Guma more times than even in P6.
Yeah, I can't remember which of the two is longer between P5 and P6, because it's not entirely in a straight order from 1 through 6 in order of length. P5 actually might be slightly longer than P6, but I could be quite wrong. Like, on average, that is, but it is one of the longest palaces in any case, and you can definitely see that on display here as Ellendar continues to not find Guma.
Okay.
Straight vanilla variant of this room. Ouch. Nightshifter taking a game over again to Barba and Sighting. I wanted to get some levels and come back, which makes sense here.
Yeah.
And there's Kuma. Nightshifter is heading to P2 now. Yeah, Trails, this P5 took Ellendar quite a while. He took every single path that wasn't it before going to Kuma.
Basically including clear.
Yeah, including every single dead end in the palace, it felt like. Or at least 3 or 4 of them. No, Nightshifter took it, like, I think at least 2 game overs to Barba and decided he wanted a few more levels before going back.
So Ellendar enters at around 106.03.
Yep. Immediate waffle room. This GP is a bit orange, but not the worst. The first waffle here, enemies are fine. Let's see about the second one. Ah, that's fine. Okay, nice easy waffle room.
Yeah, that's always nice to see.
Immediate fairy block. Thanks. Or at least jump block. Yeah, okay, jump block, not the fairy block variant. Whoops, of this room. Outruns the chicken knight nicely.
Maybe Ellendar sees the difference there. I can never tell the difference between just the jump variant and the fairy blocked one.
Yeah. This room's easy enough here. And the curtain room.
Yeah, this is... Yeah, Ellendar's gonna use jump here. This is some very annoying jumps you have to do here without a spell.
Yeah. This one's not the worst thing. Big bubbles, more annoying to dodge than annoying to survive. They don't kill you really, just annoying to deal with. And the small bubble. Waffle rooms are really a snooze so far. Both these were easy.
And the only thing about the big bubbles is they tend to drain your magic more than they drain your life, so you gotta be a little conscious of that.
Yeah. Yeah, this Barba is proving to be a really rough for Nightshifter, even on attack 4, still not making much of a dent in it.
Go off for Ellendar on attack 4.
Yeah. Another waffle room here. There's nothing at really game. What are these waffle rooms?
It's like T-Bird's pretty deep into GP this time.
Looks like it.
Yeah, me neither, Homer. It's a great way for me to take a lava bath as well.
Yeah. Oh, and that's a dead end, but at least a nice fairy for Ellendar over here.
Wow, that's an interesting room placement there.
Yeah, Clem, most of the chicken knights seem to have taken a vacation or something, because we've barely seen any in this GP. Like, these waffle ribs have been a snooze and a half. We've seen a couple bubbles, we've seen these things, we've seen just like, some bots. Like, there's nothing interesting as far as that. Like, no chickens in all of these waffles. Yeah, it looked like most of the enemies ended up being small enemies in this GP, which is making for a really easy trip through. Yeah, I've only seen a couple large enemies, period, in this one. As a TH noted. Oh, there's a couple large enemies now that I speak. Speaking of, hi. Couple chickens now. There's this blue one, and there was a red one on the left.
Other elevator room. Yeah, there's definitely quite a few different ways to go here.
That's for sure, yeah.
This might be an elevator room.
Think so?
Yeah, at this point, Trails, I'd agree. There's either going to be one room in between, or it's going to be right there. Ooh, that's a nasty big bot. This might be another. It's either elevator room or past her. Just past her. Okay. Oh, there's Thunderbird.
Hey, there we go. Five, 6, 7 with 7 part containers should be alright for Ellendar.
Yeah, well, really did that GP very smoothly up to this point. I mean, I don't think Ellendar took a single death.
No, I don't think so. No, he died once, right? And that's Seabird down for Ellendar. Nicely done.
Yeah, Dark Link's gonna be very close by. And there's Dark Link.
And GG's Ellendar finishing up with a time of 1:13:30.
That was very masterfully routed. Especially with not able to find Fairy until like 35 minutes in. That was a very impressive, well done job, Ellendar. GG indeed.
Now we'll see if we can get Ellendar in for an interview. He's gonna get some water, then he'll be with us shortly.
That's kind of funny. P5 ended up putting up more of a challenge than GP did.
Yeah, the GP was a snooze. all things considered.
Yeah. And Nightshifter takes down Barbara.
There we go, nicely done. Oh, it's like 2 points short of being able to cast Fairy, so takes the Lava Bath. Thankfully has 1 life left.
Well, since Nightshifter's taken out Barbara, Barbara's just gone, so even if Nightshifter game over, there's no trouble into coming back there.
And here's Ellendar, GG.
Hey, GG. That was a seed.
Yeah, sure was.
I mean, the routing was a little annoying, but like there wasn't a ton you can do about that. Like you more or less had to go to the east to get Fairy, and then go all the way back to get the item for Reflect, and then go all the way back to get 4. And if I had found the rat, man, that would have made it a lot easier.
Yeah, never saw that, never saw the Yeti key. They're probably in Hammerblocked Cave in the west or just in the palace somewhere.
Yeah, I don't think I got any. I got, obviously the one required dungeon item, but I was just zooming after that. But yeah, that 5 sucked though. I got to the end of that big irrelevant log path with 1,000,000 forks in it. And I'm like, okay, well, I know there's a left at start, I guess, so I'll go back there. And I took the left at start, and it led to a dead end, and I'm like, what? Like, there's got to be a left I don't remember, but I don't know where, so I just started the whole dungeon over again till I found the left.
Yeah, I was telling Star, it's kind of funny that P5 ended up putting up more of a challenge than GP did for you.
Yeah, GP was pretty linear-ish. Like, it was pretty straightforward until the very end, when there was there's a couple dead ends, and then you opened up into 2 lefts and another right, and then the right you took led to 2 more rights, and I was just like, well, time to pick a pipe, and got very lucky and got the right one first.
Yeah, the enemies at least GP were a snooze.
Yeah, the only hard combat room, I guess in air quotes, was that double lava pit room right towards the end that had a red bird knight and then a king bot drop in your head. I have no idea how I lived through that.
I must congratulate you for going through Deathless on GP. That's certainly an accomplishment in itself.
I think I took a death. I didn't game over, but...
Yeah, I think, you took 1 death late in the GP, but that was it. It was fully clean, actually.
Yeah, when I got to that, far bottom room that had the stupid balls coming up from below on a low floor, there's just no way to get through that odd low life without, casting at least shield, and I was holding on exactly enough magic to cast Thunder, and I'm like, well, this room is taking away a life, because... And then, of course, as soon as I get to the end of the room, it's a dead end with a fairy, and it makes me regret every choice I made.
Yeah.
But yeah, other than that, I think it was pretty reasonable. Oh, it's the other thing I remember is the second seed that I've done in a row, where I check every cave in Death Mountain, and then there is the exit 1 cave east of where I came in.
Right.
I just sort of took a counterclockwise loop around the whole thing, and it's like, yep, that's the last cave.
Yeah, I was thinking that the connector would end up being in Maze Island because I thought you guys had checked just about everything too.
Yeah, I was worried that I had missed. I thought I had eyeballed enough of Maze Island that there wasn't another cave. Just because, I was on the river early, but I was worried there might have been something all the way in the bottom left I missed. That was where I was going to go next if that last cave wasn't the pass-through. Because I was like, there's got to be something somewhere I missed. But I really wanted to get to East because I wanted to, at the very least, know whether I needed Fairy or not. Or whether I needed spell items. I really like especially now that you can go straight from the west to the east early a lot of the time. I really like to know where I stand in terms of what's required and what I need as early as possible. And the seed resisted that.
Yeah. Wasn't the worst of maps. Wasn't the kindest, but wasn't the worst. I know I got turned around in the west because they were so open-ended.
Yeah, it was open-ended, but the only two connectors between the south and the north of the west were in the far west and the far east. It's like if you needed to get to two, it was kind of like it was kind of a pain to get to the second town that had Reflect. I don't remember the names of the town sometimes, but if you needed to get to that town from start, you started south central, and the town was in north central, and the only ways to get there were via a loop around the entire map.
Yeah, that was a bit annoying.
Yeah, I thought as soon as you found New Casada and were able to get ferry, you just pretty much breezed by the rest of the race and were just didn't have an issue with routing or anything after that.
Yeah, if I had known keys were in the large enemy group in the east, I probably would have tried to dip into 3 the first visit I was there, but I hadn't seen one, and I didn't want to go in there without ferry and just pray, especially considering I had to go through Death Valley to get there. But I think, in hindsight, if I had known keys were there and gone for it, probably could have saved a lot of time by at least avoiding one of the dips to the east.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think I'm out of questions. Yeah. Doesn't look like chat really has any questions either. Any last thoughts from either of you?
Nope. I think it's been a good race. Probably won't have one for a bit now because I've done 2 this week, so try to take it easy.
Makes sense. Well, good luck on your remaining matches.
Yeah, good luck and great job, Ellendar.
GG's. So Nightshifter looks like he's gonna be a little while yet before he finishes up, so we're going to go over and read him once I finish this outro. Let's thank shoutouts to both of our runners, GG's to Nightshifter and to Ellendar. Thank you to Animus for being my co-commentator, and thank you to our tracker as well, Royale with Cheese.
Yeah, great job as always, Star. It was my pleasure, and thank you so much for doing an awesome job as always.
Yeah, thanks for the comms. So, coming up on the CSR schedule later tonight, if I can find, depending on the volunteer situation, we may have another Z2R race stream Group B between Homer, J Smash, and Ghost Dunk. If we can find people, that'll be on ZSR 4. We also have a Wind Waker Randomizer Season 4 Tournament Losers Bracket quarterfinals between Jay Wist and Clarion, Group Game 1 of a Best of 3 series. It'll be on ZSR Main here in an hour and a half, 9 p.m. Eastern, and also 9 p.m. Eastern on ZSR 3. We'll have a Breath of the Wild 90% bi-weekly race. And then at the Eastern, we'll have the Doors Mask Randomizer Season 2 Tournament Qualifier number 12. Tomorrow, we have a very long list of things. I am not reading the whole thing off. We've had a really busy weekend. This is, I think, tied for 8th restream out of 12 today, and there's another 10 tomorrow. Counting the midnight one. Yeah, there's, so, busy weekend. But yeah, coming up tomorrow, we have a variety of things, including, assuming to find volunteers, one of Animus's matches, Group A, with versus Bob the Elder, so good luck on that, Animus.
I appreciate it. Yeah, looking forward to it.
Yeah, so that'll be at 8 p.m. Eastern. Probably CSR 2 if we have volunteers, but yeah, keep an eye out on the ZSR schedule and give us a follow here at the Zelda Students family if that works as well. We're here on ZSR Main. There's also ZeldaSpeedRuns 2, ZeldaSpeedRuns _3, and ZeldaSpeedRuns _4 if people want more Zelda action. Yeah, let's go say hi to Nightshifter. Wish him good luck with the rest of the seed, and have a good night. Have a good evening, everyone. Okay, they can't.